side or another.
Joining me now is Florida Congressman Patrick Murphy. He's a member of the House Intelligence Committee. Thanks for being with us today.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning to you. You know, last week, Congressman Adam Schiff said it was a mistake that the president and the administration did not respond more forcefully before the election. Do you agree with that?
Well, as one of your earlier guests said, there was a no-win situation for the president where he was really in a bind on how much he could have said. And the truth is, without knowing all the details until the full reporting, till the full investigation was done, it was really hard to stop what had been happening for months and months now. So, in hindsight, yes, I wish the president would have said more. I wish many others in leadership would have spoken more about this. But hindsight's 2020, and it really was a tough situation for the president.
Well, there are new reports saying the FBI agrees with the CIA's assessment that Russia interfered with the U.S. election, in part to help Trump win. Republican Congressman David Nunes, the chair of the House Intel Committee, said earlier this week, quote, "We have not received any information from intelligence community agencies indicating that they have developed new assessments on this issue. I am alarmed that supposedly new information continues to leak to the media but has not been provided to Congress." So have you, as a member of the House Intel Committee, received a briefing from the CIA or the FBI on this matter?
I have to be very careful on what I talk about based on what happens on the Intelligence Committee. So I'm safe when I talk about what is public and what is out there. And what we are seeing from the various public reports is now all the intelligence agencies have confirmed that Russia and Vladimir Putin himself was behind these hacks on our election process. And that should be alarming to all Americans. And it shouldn't matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat. You should want a full investigation to get to the bottom of this, because, you know, the truth is this is uncharted territory. We're in a new era here where cyber attacks are becoming the new norm. And that's exactly why I've been pushing not only for an independent panel, a 9/11 type commission, so this is transparent and open for the public to see, but further that we have sort of the rules of war outlined so people and adversaries, whether they're state actors or not, know that if they mess with us, elections, whether that's universities, whether that's a government agency that they try to hack, that there will be a response. And we are seeing some of that now from the president yesterday in his press conference, making it clear to those that are attempting this that there will be a response out there. You may know about it publicly, you may not, but we cannot continue to allow this sort of cyber attacks to happen. And this is a new world that we're living in, and I believe one of the greatest threats we face as a country.
So is it unequivocal to you that Russia tampered in the election in order to help Donald Trump? Does intelligence suggest that?
Yes, there's an abundance of evidence and information pointing very clearly to Russia. And we've seen public reports even that point directly to Vladimir Putin himself and how this started and why. We can all talk about and try to figure out why this was the case. But the facts are clear that this was Russia trying to tamper with our elections.
And so do you think it affected the outcome of the election?
Well, I think that's going to take some time to figure out exactly, as we learn more about this, as more information becomes public. But there's no doubt with the hacks of the emails, with the hacks of the DNC, the information, the false information that was being pushed, there's no doubt. We've seen all the reports of, Americans continuing to read misinformation and believe that. So there's no doubt that had an impact. Did it swing the election or not? I'm not the political pundit here, but I do believe it did have some sort of impact. Was it the 1% that swung states like Wisconsin and Michigan and others? There's probably a case to be made that it did.
Interesting. Okay, well, you talked a little bit earlier about response. So what kind of response could the U.S. undertake here?
That's above my pay grade, but there's various courses of action that can be taken, and as the president said, it may not be cyber, it might be, other methods such as sanctions. There might be other forms of engagement to make sure that Russia and those responsible for this know that we know and that we're not going to tolerate it. And I think there's a certain element where the public must know, so other countries that are thinking about hacking us or attacking us in various ways know that we are not going to sit idly by, which is exactly why we need to set the rules of engagement so the world knows, whoever it is, it's a state actor, a rogue actor, whomever, that in this new world of cyber, where we are all so connected, that we cannot just allow this to happen. I mean, imagine if someone had come into the DNC and stole, file cabinets. They'd taken, 10 file cabinets out, and the next day we, were told about that. This would have been national news that we were, broken into, robbed. But since it happened on the internet and in a cyber way, it wasn't known for some time, and it was less, intrusive. So because of this, it's made it tougher, I think, for a response, certainly in a bipartisan way, but certainly as a country, to these other countries.
Interesting. All right, Florida Congressman Patrick Murphy, thank you so much for joining us today with your insight.
Yes.
34
Thank
days
you.
and counting.